Aloha and welcome to the Murph's Place 808 for the Love of Golf podcast. I'm your host, Murph. What is going on, everybody? I hope everybody's had a great week and a half or so. Everything's been good here. Today, very windy. And I guess they put out a wind advisory until like 6 p.m., but it's still blowing like crazy out here. Anyhow, other than that, things have been great. A lot of stuff to talk about. Got the Hawaii State Golf Association. We played our last tournament this past weekend for the season. I mean, there is going to be one more. We'll talk about that shortly. It's they're going to be bringing back the State Open. So, but other than that, it's been good. I hope everybody out there's has been safe, been able to play some golf. I know in those northern states on the mainland, I talked to my brother the other day, and they had snow the other day, so they're not getting to play much golf. And we're starting to get our snowbirds back here at the golf course. And I've been told by a couple people it's been snowing. A couple people from Alaska, a couple people from Canada. So anyhow, let's get on with the show. Beach Boys Golf. They played Hawaii Kai last week, and then this past weekend they played this coming Monday, they're playing Royal Kania. As always, if you guys are interested in playing with those guys, good group of guys, fun times. They play decent courses. Now, I'm not a fan of Hawaii Kai, but I guess they've been saying it's in good shape, but I've been told that before and got there and played it, and it was not in that great a shape. But anyhow, if you're interested in playing, go to the website, beachboysgolfclub.org. You can contact them and let them know you're interested in playing. Steve Walsh and Rob Kim are the two running it. So if you're interested in playing, get a hold of those guys on the website and let them know. And you don't have to play. They play every Monday, but you don't have to play every Monday. They are going to be having their turkey shoot come up here. I want to say next week, November 13th or something like that. That Monday and Tuesday, they play 2 days. And it's a good time. Normally when you do a turkey shoot, you get a turkey, but instead of doing turkey, that Steve normally gives them out money, gift cards. So, yeah, if you guys are interested, please hit them up and join them. Dan Messner's group, STB, they played Royal Kania, and then they just played Mililani this past weekend. Actually, I ended up playing with those guys because I missed the cut at the Clipper Amateur, which we'll get into here in a second, but I ended up playing with those guys on Saturday, myself, Troy, and Dan. We did not make the cut. Congrats to Shep, who did make the cut, but we'll get into that in a second. But STB, same thing. If you want to join those guys, he has a Facebook page. I don't think they have a dedicated website, but they do have a Facebook page, and you can go there and contact them and let them know you're interested in playing. I think they only charge like $30. I know the Beach Boys, the entry for the year was $60. Part of that covers your gin handicap, and Dan set it up with the STB that you get a gin handicap through them also, but it's only $30 to join their club. And they have it's a skins game and a greenies, and guys have side games. It's a good group. They're also good guys to play with too. Although I got injured. I've had this back issue, and I was playing, and it just gradually keeps getting worse as I play. And a big part of it is, I think it's just sitting in the cart, because I've noticed when I go out after work and I pick up some of the flags at the course, just riding in the cart. My back didn't hurt before, but just riding in the cart causes that lower back pain. And I think it has something to do with my psoas, not my psoas, but my psoas muscle. And so I've been using my psoas device quite often, trying to stretch that out. And so I'm laying on the ground. We're at a par 3, and it's kind of backed up. We're waiting, and it was only 6 of us playing, so it was 2 threesomes. So our other group was waiting, and so I'm on the ground stretching, trying to stretch my back. And one of the guys came up, and he's like, "Where's it at?" And I said, "At my lower back." So he started pushing on that area as I'm stretching, which was fine, no issue. And then he moved around he was above me, like at my head, and he was like rubbing the upper part of my back, which was fine. He was like kind of stretching that out, like, massaging it a little bit. But then he pushed down like a chiropractor does to adjust you. He pushed down, and if you guys don't, I'm pretty sure I brought it up on a podcast. This has been many episodes back, but I have a front rib issue that when my chiropractor adjusted me, it popped the front, like it felt like I broke a rib. He broke a rib up front. And that's what it felt like when this guy did that. I was like, no, don't do that. And so now I'm dealing with this rib thing again. It's not the actual rib, but it's like the muscle and cartilage in between your ribs. If it's kind of weak, it can strain if they adjust you like that. So I dealt with that. I'm dealing with that. I got this lower back thing going on. It was crazy. I mean, I was telling one of the guys the other day, I can't remember the last time I played golf without being injured, like some type of issue. It was my right knee for 10 or 15 years, and now it's my left knee, my left leg, my lower right back, and now my left side, my upper rib cage. So anyhow, I was able to finish. It was painful, and I was lucky enough to get a little money from those guys. But anyhow, if you're interested in playing with those guys, STB, they're good guys, good group of guys. Hawaii State Golf Association. We had the Waikoloa Invitational we played and it was at our home course, which I thought that I would end up playing well at. In the professional division, because it's the Waikoloa Invitational, so there's a pro-am the first day, and then the next 2 days are the actual tournament days. And in the professional division, your winner was Max Bonk, who is our local PXG rep, and he shot 7 under, and he shot 7 under, and Corey Kazuma shot 6 under, who Corey was last year's winner. And then Ryan Acosta and Nainoa Caleb, they both shot 5 under. And in the amateurs, Tyler Ogawa, who was on the show that week prior to the tournament, he ended up shooting 11 under. And then one of his teammates, because he's a junior at UH, and then one of his teammates at UH, James Whitworth, he was second at 10 under. And a couple of more UH players, Dane Watanabe, and he was at 6 under. And I don't think Ben is a UH player, but Ben was at 6 under also. In the senior amateur flight, my flight, Jonathan Oda shot +4 and took first place. And then he was followed by Cullen Burgess at +7, and Randy Kish, Ken Zucchini, and Skip Storm was at 9 over. Our own Leland Pereira and Kevin Hayashi, they also played in the tournament. They were tied at 11th at 2 over par. And in the senior professional division, your winner was Damian Jamila at even par. And then Kevin Hayashi was second at +2. I did not play great in the tournament. I finished in 8th place, shooting 82-78. And the first day, the 82, I had 4 balls off the tee that I hit OB. And then I also lost a ball on one of the holes that I had an OB on. So it was not pretty. It was not very good. Our own Joe P., we had him on the show during the tournament, actually, after the first day. He ended up shooting 76, and he finished at 22nd place. And then the Open, the overall champion out of everybody, the pros and the amateurs, your overall champion was Tyler Ogawa, who shot 11 under. The next tournament we played was the Clipper Amateur, and that was at Kaneohe Clipper. It was another tournament that I did not perform very well in. I shot 79-80 to miss the cut by 1 spot. They took the top 7, and I was in 8th place. So I missed the cut, and that's why I ended up going and playing with Troy and Dan in the STB group at Mililani on that Saturday. And then Richard Shepard, he ended up making the cut. But he didn't end up playing real great. I think he may have tied for 11th or something like that, 11th place, 14th place or something. Jonathan Oda won by 1 stroke over Brandon Kopp to take the winner of the senior event. And he ended up winning the Senior Player of the Year. That was the last tournament of the year for Senior Player of the Year points. So congratulations to Jonathan and his very first win of the Senior Player of the Year. And that group of Senior Player of the Year winners is not very big. You have Mike Kawate. He won like 3 years in a row. Dr. Carl Ho, he won 4 or 5 times. Then Shigeru Matsui won. And Philip Animizu, he won. So it's not a very big group of people that have been Senior Player of the Year since they started doing this, keeping points for the tournaments. But congrats to Jonathan. I ended up in 3rd place. Just didn't have enough I didn't win 1 tournament this year. Jonathan ended up winning 4 tournaments. Brandon won 3 tournaments. And, Jonathan won. I mean, he won by 500 points. And if it's a 3-day tournament, you get 250 points. So a 2-day tournament is 200 points. So Jonathan won by 500 points over Skip Storm, who finished in 2nd place for Senior Player of the Year. But no, congrats to Jonathan. Well earned. He played some very good golf this year and didn't play that many tournaments. He played 9 tournaments and had 4 wins. And Brandon played 6 tournaments and had 3 wins. So those guys were the ones to beat out there when they were in the field. But I'm not exactly happy finishing 3rd. But out of 78 guys vying for points in the senior division, it's not horrible. But I just got to get geared up for next season, which means getting back in the gym and getting this body ready to endure a marathon season of golf. But anyhow, let's take a short break and we'll be right back. Hi, I'm Murph, a passionate golfer and host of the Murph's Place 808 for the Love of Golf podcast. I have been involved in the golf industry for over a decade, and my passion for the game has only grown stronger over the years. Through my podcast, I strive to bring the latest news, insights, and interviews with professionals and amateurs in the golf world. Whether you're a seasoned player or just starting out, my goal is to provide valuable information and entertainment that will enhance your golfing experience. So if you're looking to improve your swing, stay updated on the latest golf trends, or simply connect with fellow golf enthusiasts, be sure to tune into the Murph's Place 808 for the Love of Golf podcast. Together, let's take our love of golf to the next level. And remember, the best way to stay connected is to subscribe to the Murph's Place 808 for the Love of Golf podcast and join our growing community of golf enthusiasts. So, hit that subscribe button and join me on this exciting journey. All right, welcome back to the podcast. PGA news. We had the Zozo Championship in Japan this past weekend. Colin Morikawa shot 14 under to win, and it was his first win since 2021. So congratulations to Colin Morikawa. And the next tournament coming up is going to be the Worldwide Technology Championship, and that's going to be in Los Cabos, Mexico. Your defending champ in that tournament is Russell Henley. Brent Grant was not in the field for the Zozo Championship either. And they haven't put out the field for the Worldwide Technology, so I'm not sure if he's playing there yet or not. And as far as the Korn Ferry Tour goes, we know that they are not going to be starting their season until January. So they do have the Q School going on right now. And if you go to the PGA Tour website and you go up to the right-hand corner, it says Tours. You could click on Korn Ferry Tour, and then you can click on each of the sites. They have completed sites where the first stage has been played, and then upcoming where they're going to be going next. So you could click on each site and scroll through and look at the players and what they shot, and kind of follow the Q School guys if they're going to get their card to play on the Korn Ferry Tour. Because they'll go to the Korn Ferry Tour before they can get to the PGA Tour. The PGA Tour used to have a Q School, qualifying school, but they don't have that any longer. Now they have it where you got to go to Q School, but then you go to the Korn Ferry Tour. So obviously we got our Jared Sawada watch, and we got a couple other guys from Hawaii, which I'm going to have to get their names again. These guys keep telling me, and then I don't put them in my phone or write them down, and I forget. And so we'll keep a track on those a couple of Hawaii guys that are also playing, and see how they're doing. But Brent was not in Zozo, and hopefully he might be in the Dell Worldwide Technologies Championship. But we'll check when that tournament is complete at the end of this week, and we'll go from there. Let's take another short break, and we'll be right back. Hey, you. Yeah, you. Do you have the best music taste out of all your friends and coworkers? The best way to prove it is to stay ahead of all the amazing upcoming talent. I'm going to let you in on a little secret. There's some artists out of Ohio that you should definitely be aware of. Dicasso, D-C-A-S-S-O, yes, like Picasso, just released a new music video for his song Going Back. This rapper turned singer has an upcoming album this year full of beautiful ballads, R&B slow jams, and hard-hitting rap records. Head to www.smartboystudios.com as soon as you're done listening to this episode of Murph's Place to watch the music video. While you're there, check out the phenomenal C-Money Baby, the Songbird, Corey Gossett, and all the top-tier talent that the Smart Boy production team are working with, such as Eamon Jones, July, 10 Tempo, TYS Markey, D Knight, and much, much more. If you or someone you know needs quality production, mixing, or mastering, just head to the website www.smartboystudios.com and fill out the contact form. You can support Smart Boy Studios by going to shop.smartboystudios.com to buy merch, or linktree.com/smartboystudios to check out the Discord server, new releases, and merch. All right, welcome back, everybody. Okay, so something I wanted to talk about. I got an email the other day, and it's from a fairly new golfer, is what he said. But he asked me, what are some things I can do to improve my swing? And so I wanted to just kind of go over a few of the things that you could do. Obviously, improving your golf swing, it requires you to practice the technique that you're using and the proper body mechanics used to have an effective swing. And the number one thing you should do is take lessons from a golf professional. It's going to be the most beneficial thing that you can do. They're going to analyze your swing for you. They're going to identify the areas you need to improve in, and they're going to provide you with some personal guidance to help you to enhance your technique, to get better at your swing. Another thing you need to do is practice regularly. Consistently practicing is the main way to improve your swing. When you go to the range, set aside some time to practice your swing mechanics. Focus on your form, your alignment, and your balance during each of your range sessions. Make sure that, you're swinging on plane. You're making sure that you're lined up correctly, where you're not only for your feet and your club head, but make sure that, you're not aiming completely off target. So another main thing that you can do is develop a pre-shot routine. Now, some people say, well, what's a pre-shot routine? It's something that is consistent, that helps you establish your rhythm and maintain your proper focus. So, for example, if I'm going to hit a tee shot, I put my ball down, I go behind my ball, and I pick out my target line, where I want to start the ball at, or where I want to hit the ball. I will pick a spot in the ground about 2 feet, 1 foot, 3 feet in front of my ball on that designated line where I want to start it. And I make sure when I approach the ball and I place the club head behind the ball, I'm lining up with that intermediate target from about 2 feet in front of my ball to where I want my ball to end up. It's important that you do that. Or it could be, that you take 1 practice swing or 2 practice swings. You don't need to sit there and take 5 practice swings. A lot of times people take a bunch of practice swings, and if they would have just hit the ball after their first practice swing, they probably would have hit a better shot. I personally don't take very many practice swings, but the only time I do is if I'm not real sure about, the shot, or I will take some practice swings for chips, but for like full shots or a driver, very rarely do I take practice swings. Every now and then I might, but that's just not part of my pre-shot routine. Basically, I just get up and hit the ball. I mean, after I pick my line out and everything like that. But you also visualize your shot, the flight of the ball. You're going to hit a high, you're going to hit a medium, you're going to hit a low, you're going to hit a draw, a fade, you're going to try to hit it straight. And then take a deep breath and mentally prepare for the swing. Another thing that you can do is strengthen your core muscles. Having a strong core is vital for a powerful and controlled swing. You can do certain exercises that target your core, such as, doing planks or Russian twists, medicine ball rotations. Plan those things or implement those into your workout routine, your fitness routine, which personally I have to start back in this month because I have kind of slacked on that. Stretching. Another thing is stretching. Make sure you stretch a lot. That's always going to be a plus in your golf swing. And then also work on your grip. The way you hold the club can really affect your swing. And experiment. Try different grip styles. You can do interlocking, you can do overlap, whatever feels comfortable and allows for the right wrist movement. There's a bug flying around here that just flew on my mouth. But anyhow, just, try out different grips, see what feels good, and that you're still getting the proper wrist movement through the swing. Another thing you could do, throw up a tripod or something to hold your phone so that you can record your swing from different angles. Put it behind you, put it beside you off to the side, so you get a front-on view of your swing and from behind. And then, you can also, there's several apps out there that you can actually compare your swing to professional golfers, or show it to your instructor. If you're taking lessons from a coach, show him the video and see what he says, what he thinks. I had that when I was helping Rain out with her golf swing. I ended up videotaping it, and I showed it to John Harmon, who's a great instructor. And, he pointed out, oh, she needs to do this. And then after he pointed it out, I noticed, yeah, that is correct. I didn't see that on my own looking at it, but when he pointed it out, I immediately saw it. So, record your swing, take some video of it, and then show it to one of the golf professionals, an instructor, maybe your instructor if you're taking lessons. But just remember, when you're doing all this stuff, improving your golf swing, it's going to take time and patience. And, just focus on one aspect at a time and gradually incorporate those changes into your swing. Practice consistently. You have to put the time in if you want to get better. And, write down your progress to see how you improve over time. Now, what are some things that you can do, specific drills that you can do to practice to improve your swing? The mirror drill. Stand in front of a mirror with your golf club and practice your swing in slow motion, And then pay attention to like your posture, your alignment, your grip, your club position. And when you do that, when you're watching it in a mirror and you're looking at each phase of your swing, you can see where the flaws are at, and you can try to correct that. That is a good drill to do. Another one is one of those impact bags. Kevin has one in his office, but just set up an impact bag, or you can even use a big stack of pillows or whatever in your practice area, and then take full swings and focus on hitting the bag at impact with the proper form. And that drill will also help you to develop a good solid impact position, and it will help you strike the ball more consistent. Another drill, and John Harmon uses this drill a lot with his instructing his lessons, is the one arm drill. So with a short iron, practice swinging with just one arm. And now John always has them swinging with the right hand if they're a right-handed golfer, but some people think you should start with the left hand and then switch to the right hand. And doing that drill will help you develop your timing, your balance, and club control. So one-handed drill, do it left-handed, do it right-handed, and that will help you develop that balance and club control, and your timing too. Now, if you don't have them, you should invest in some alignment sticks. You can also use a golf club, but you put it on an alignment stick on the ground, parallel to your target line where you want to hit the ball, and then practice swinging without touching the stick. That helps ensure that your club stays on the correct path through the swing, and that will help you with the proper swing plane and the path. Another drill you can do is you can take your backswing very slowly and pause at the top before transitioning down into your downswing. And what that drill does, that will help you develop the proper sequencing and synchronization between your upper and lower body. So you take it back very slow, and at the very top, you just hold it. And then transition into your downswing. Another thing you can do is there's a tempo drill, which you swing with a slower controlled tempo, focusing on maintaining a smooth and consistent rhythm. So, because what happens a lot of times is a guy will swing faster, and when you swing fast, it can throw your swing plane out of whack. Okay? You can get too quick. A drill that I always tell people is, you know, if I'm having issues with my timing, my tempo, what I do is I count on my takeaway with the club, my backswing. It's 1 and 2 when I get to the top, and 2, and then when I come down and strike, and 3. So if I feel like I'm getting too quick with my swing, I will, in my head as I swing, say 1 and 2 and 3, just to get that tempo, get that timing back down. You know, a lot of people don't realize that when you swing fast, like when you transition from your backswing to your downswing, and you swing fast, if you're a right-handed golfer, your left hand is the club that's pulling the club down into the ball. Your right hand is just basically a guide. You're getting the power's coming from your left hand as far as pulling down through the ball. And when you get quick like that, you can lose your swing path, and you can pull. When you pull down, you're pulling, and you cut across the ball and hit a slice. So it's important that you get your timing, your tempo down, and do those drills slow, you know, with a slower controlled tempo, so you can feel right where that club is supposed to be. And, you know, just remember, when you start all these drills, you know, start them out slowly, gradually increase your speed as you become a little bit more comfortable, and practice them regularly, you know. Integrate those into your overall training routine, and you're going to get the most maximum benefit out of it if you're doing that. So I hope those kind of drills and tips helped you out. And if you have any other questions or comments you want to talk about or want me to talk about, please shoot me an email at merceplace808@gmail.com, and I'll get those answered for you guys. Well, guys, I hope you guys are have a great week coming up, and I'm going to probably have the next guest is going to be Randy Kish. He's going to be on the podcast hopefully next week. I'll have him on here, and we got a little battle going between us as far as he ended up playing some tournaments this year. I don't know if, and we'll get into that when I talk to him. I think this may have been his first year of actually playing a lot of tournament golf. He played 3 or 4 tournaments, and we've got a little battle going between us as far as actually we're tied right now, 2-2. He won 2, I've won 2 against each other, not tournaments. So overall, we didn't win them, but we did compete against each other, and so he's won 2, I won 2, but we'll get into that next week when I have him on the show. Hey, thank you guys for listening. I really do appreciate it. If you'd like to support the podcast, there's a spot that you can click on the Spotify website for members, or not members, but monthly supporters. So I really appreciate you guys listening. If you guys are out there playing golf, I know those northern states aren't playing too much, but if you're out there playing golf, hit them long, hit them straight, but don't hit them very often. Aloha, everybody.